Okay, so today's video is going to be on cloth diapering and daycare. I've seen on a lot of cloth diapering pages and a lot of cloth diapering blogs and forums and questions about cloth diapering if your child is in daycare. And a lot of daycare centers like to say the state doesn't allow us to do that. And that's a load of crap because there's only 4 actual states. I believe there's only 4 or 5. I'll post a link about it below. But there's only like 4 or 5 states that actually don't allow it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how else to say it. So here's some tips and tricks on, oh, and even with those, the exception is if you have a doctor's note saying that your child has like a skin condition that they need to use cloth diapers. So, here's a couple recommendations for that. I'm a stay-at-home mom with my kids, but if I ever were to take them to a daycare that required disposable diapers, which I just went through this at the CDC for non-military folk, that's the Child Development Center, and I took them for like a parents' night out thing, and they said, oh, well, we don't do cloth. So I had to go buy disposables because I didn't have time to take them to the doctor to get a note saying that they needed to use cloth. So if you have recommendation number 1, if you have a good rapport with your child's doctor, take them to the doctor and have the doctor write out a note. I mean, it's not like fraud or anything. So I would say that would probably be something you could do if they're, adamantly saying we don't do cloth at all. Number 2, make it as easy as possible for them, because if you bring in pre-folds and flats and snapless fitteds and snappies and even fitteds and covers, they're going to be like, this is crazy, because, they have 20, 30, 40 other kids that they have to deal with. So, that's another thing. So bring in pocket diapers pre-stuffed or all-in-ones, which are even better. And with your stash, if you're planning on doing daycare, in my personal thing, I would probably get about 8 or 10 of my stash, or 8 or 10 separate ones that would be the daycare diapers. Now, you can do it with snaps or you can do it with Velcro. It's up to you. I personally don't like Velcro, but it might be easier for them to do Velcro if they really don't want to deal with the snaps. Not like snaps are that hard. Make it as easy as possible for them. Like I said, don't bring in, fitteds and stuff. Make sure you bring in a cute little pattern, because look how cute it is, and, kind of show them how it works and all that stuff. Bring in your own wet bag. That's another big one. And don't bring in a teeny weeny one. Bring in like a great big one. I have the Rumperoos zipping wet bag, and I love it. That would be a really good one for daycare. You can bring your cloth wipes so that they don't have to separate anything. It's just as easy as disposable diapering, folks. Just tell them that you'll deal with the poop. So there's that. Another thing, don't do it over the phone or email. It touches on a couple of these in the link that I'm going to post below, but I'm just kind of reiterating. You don't want to do this over email. You don't want to do it over the phone. You really want to do it in person. And please be sure that you're being kind and generous. Don't go in there being all ree, because they're never going to want to talk to you, like ever. I wouldn't want to talk to me if I were like that, if I came in demanding it. So don't do that. Like I said, I have a really great link, and there it can take you to other links to give you a little bit more information on it. But a lot of people seem to think, it's impossible to cloth diaper. There was one woman that was, I work for a living and cloth diapers stink and they're expensive and, all you do is shovel crap all day and blah blah, and I work. Listen, honey, clearly you don't know what you're talking about, so just stop. But it is possible. Lots and lots of people do cloth diaper and work successfully. It's possible. It's not impossible. All you have to do is find a good daycare. And if the daycare, even after doing those steps, is adamant about not cloth diapering, I would find a different daycare. Because if they're not even willing to compromise on that, I'm going to question their facility just a teensy-weensy a little bit. So yeah, definitely look around, find a good daycare that you like, and then talk to somebody. And there's more tips and it's a little bit more in depth in the link, and it gives you state by state of which ones allow and don't allow and stuff like that. So that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and post below, and that's all I got. All right, bye.